Hey, what's going on, you guys? I want to welcome you back to my channel. And in this video, we're going to talk about how to backtest in Forex. You have some people out there have no idea what I'm talking about. That's okay. We're going to cover the beginner, the intermediate, and the advanced trader. We're going to go through what platform you use to backtest, how to properly backtest, how to document, journal, the whole kit and caboodle. And also, I'm going to provide you guys with the actual backtesting sheet that I use personally whenever I backtest my pairs. Okay, so we're going to get into it. And you guys, the purpose of this video is to help you guys become a profitable trader. Let's get into it.
First we strategize, then we capitalize on what we see. Wanna go to Pittville? Come join the Pip Academy and learn the Pip drill. Let's take the trip to Pittville.
All right, you guys, so we're back. So the first initial thing that we want to start off with is what exactly do we use to backtest our pairs in Forex? And like I said, I'm going to let you guys know exactly what it is as well. So pretty much backtesting is, let's just say, for example, you follow a mentor or you guys follow the Pips Academy, for example, and I use certain strategies whenever I trade. You've never tested that strategy. You know, I can tell you that I'm profitable with that strategy, but until you test that strategy yourself, you will never actually know if that particular strategy is profitable. Because for one, everybody trades different. You know, everybody trades at different times. You have different sessions. You have New York, you have London, you have Asian. The pairs that I trade, I like to trade New York. So if you're a type of person that where you work a 9 to 5, you know, trading the pairs that I trade for New York might not be feasible for you during the nighttime, during the Asian session, or if you're overseas somewhere like that, you might trade London. So the ebb and flow of those different sessions might not coincide with the pairs that I trade. So if there are pairs that you like, and you've learned some particular strategy from myself, some other course, some other mentor, you want to make sure you backtest that strategy to validate that it actually works. Okay. So now jumping back into it, Tradingview is the actual platform that we use to backtest. Tradingview is a free online tool. However, I do recommend, you know, for users to actually purchase at least the pro plan. So when you first initially come to Tradingview, you can actually start for free. You know, the free version, it don't have I think one of the most important tools is the bar replay. So if we scroll down, you'll notice there are different plans. You have the Pro, Pro Plus, and a Premium. The Pro plan here, which is about 15 bucks a month, or you can pay annually. The most important thing I like about this plan is the ability to have multiple alerts. And you can also use what is called bar replay. This here is really, really good for when you're actually backtesting your strategy or your pairs or whatever the case may be, because what you can do, you can go back in time and you can actually almost delete or hide all of the future things or candlesticks that are current. So let's just say if you want to go back to last week and you want to test that strategy, you can bar replay that all the way back to a specific time. Let's just say February 14th, Valentine's Day. You can go back to that particular time, you can bar play it, and you can actually start trading blindly and not necessarily see what's next and practice your strategy almost in real time. Okay, so tradingview.com is the actual platform that we use. All right, so I'm going to show you guys exactly the difference between the free version and also the paid version. Now we're here on the free version, and I'm going to explain to you guys how to use the free version to backtest. Now, before we do that, there are 3 indicators that I need you guys to download. So if we click on indicators, the first one is going to be days of the week, okay, by B Adline. Okay, the next one is going to be sessions by Junior FX Addict. And the next one is going to be FXN Asian Session Range. Okay, and I'll explain how to use all of these. But for now, let's go ahead and hide most of these. We're going to start with the days of the week. If we click on settings, we want to make sure we click on show days of the week. Go to style, and your background color, we can change that to black. Okay. Move it in a little bit. That way you can actually see your days of the week and your daily separators. Okay. Next, if we go over to sessions, depending on which session that you trade, Asian, London, or New York, for myself, I trade the New York session. So I'll just only leave New York checked. That way you can see the New York session is actually highlighted in this pinkish color. Now, if we go over to Asian range, if we turn this on, you'll notice what it'll do is it will let you know the ranges of every single session with this particular pair. So it'll let you see. So if you're the type of person where you're evaluating Euro USD and you want to know which session that it moves the most, you can use Asian range, this indicator here, to actually see. So you can say, okay, during the New York session, we can see that EU moved about 40 pips this day. Asian session, it moves about 27, London 21, New York, it moved about 69 pips. Come here, Asian 28, London 32, here it moved about 45 pips. So this is really, really good because you can see exactly which pair moves the most in which session, and it'll help you kind of narrow down which session you would like to trade when you're actually back testing your pairs, because you want to try to trade whichever pair that has the most volatility in that particular session. Okay, so that's how you use the session range. Now, for example, if you are a trader who likes to trade the New York session, you want to understand when your actual pair moved, what day it moved the most, what day it moved the least, things like that. And so some of the things that you want to actually back test when you're doing this, you want to test key levels, supply and demand, break of structures, Fibonacci retracement levels, if there's any news, and also liquidity grabs. And you also, when you're trading or testing out these key levels, make sure you put them on the charts and see, how those levels are actually respected, when you're actually doing your back testing and things like that. You can test your Fibonacci key levels to see, if we throw a Fibonacci on here to say, okay, let's see, if we go from the swing low to the swing high, we can see price retrace within the 61.8 and the 78.6. So then we can go on again, to a different area. Let me remove that. We can go on again to another area, lower low, lower high, and so on and so forth. We can say, okay, let me test this Fibonacci level here. We can see that retrace to the 78.6 and things like that. So we want to go back and test those different things. If you are the type of person that does supply and demand, which levels do you look for your supply and demand on? These are things that we want to take note of when you're actually doing your testing and things like that. And then you can go back any point in time and actually test those particular things. Okay, so this is how you back test on the free version. Okay, you guys, so now here we're on a paid account, a pro plan, and as you can see, if we click the bar replay, one of the things that we can do now, we can actually bar replay and kind of erase everything in front of the price action here. And so if we click the play button, it'll allow you to actually play the market as though we were in a live market. So you can't necessarily predict and see exactly what's going on. So let's just say if you are a supply and demand type trader, you can test that particular strategy to say, okay, if I'm on an hourly time frame, let's say that price is, we can see price is giving us some sort of consolidation in this area, and then it kind of broke off in this area here. Okay, and we can see at this swing low here, we have a demand level in this area here. Okay, we can see that price has dipped into this level of supply and started to give us a little bit of rejection. Different things like that. You can say, okay, I want to back test to see on the hourly how well our demand levels are respected in this particular area. So you can play, I'm sorry, that's not it. You can play price and see what it does. Okay, you can see price came into this area here. Another thing you can do, go down to a smaller time frame and say, okay, I got some consolidation. Depending on your risk to reward and how you actually trade, you can say, okay, this is about 25 pips or so. Let me see if I can ride this up to maybe a 1 to 2 or something like that. This is just I'm just giving examples on what you can possibly test depending on your strategy. You know, let's see if it'll actually wick us in or actually take us out. And you also want to base this on the days of the week and those particular sessions as well. Oops. Let's go ahead and play this. Let's move this over a little bit. Let's go ahead and speed it up as well. We're almost there. Let's see. Okay, there we go. So that was successful. But, you know, depending on your particular strategy and what you've deemed within your trading plan will determine how you actually trade. Okay. All right, you guys. So now we're going to talk about this Forex backtesting template that I'm going to provide for you guys and how you can actually document your different pairs and document your strategy and also your win rate when you're actually testing and backtesting your pairs. Okay. So now when you first initially get this particular Google Sheet, you'll notice it'll say view only. So what you need to do is click on file, go to make a copy, and you can name it whatever you like it to be. Once you make a copy, you'll notice that's when the actual sheet actually opens up. You'll start to see drop downs and things like that. So if you come over to pair, we've set every single pair within here. So for example, if you were trading Euro USD, things like that. Let's move this over a little bit. Okay. So now, one of the cool things about this sheet is, let's just say if you were taking a buy trade, you know, you'll notice whenever you choose buy, down in this area here, it'll tell you, hey, so you've backtested and you've tested, so far you've taken one buy trade. And you'll notice that I have 20 pairs on here that you can test from, because for me, within my trading plan, I backtest at least 4 times a day. So that gives me 20 backtests a week. So we came up here and said, you know, my next one was a sell, you know, my next one was a buy. You can tell that it actually populates down here. Then from here, you can say, okay, which day did I take a trade on? It was on a Monday or it was on a Tuesday, you know, things like that. You will notice when you choose that, it'll populate, you know, what days or what entry days that you actually take your trades on, you know, which session. We'll break it down from there. I'm a New York session type of trader. So from there, it shows, where is it? New York session right here. Another thing that you can have on here is stop loss in pips. Let's just say that particular strategy or that particular trade that you did, you know, it was 20 pips. Okay, it'll tell you your average stop loss is 20. Now, the more you choose, it'll average all of your stop losses out. So let's just say the next one was about 10. Then this one here was about 35 pips. You know, what it'll do, it'll average and tell you your average stop loss is around 21 pips and things like that. Okay. Now, what type of strategy are you using? So for me, these are the strategies that I use when I trade. So you see, so this is supposed to be supply and demand. I actually messed that up. So I'll actually edit that. So I use the M15 5 and 1 minute. I use Wyckoff trades, and I'll also do a bank consolidation type of trade. So when you choose that, it'll let you know this is the actual strategy that you've chosen. Now, let's just say that you want to actually change these and you say, okay, I'm not a supply and demand type strategy, or if you kind of mess this up like I did. One of the things you want to do is click on edit, and you can come here and you can change this to supply and demand. Now, when you click done, there's one other thing that you have to do. Let's go ahead and apply to all. You have to change, if you click in this area here, you'll notice that it still has the wrong S&R instead of supply and demand now. So I'm going to show you guys one thing. Let's just say if I come down here and I choose S&D, you'll notice that it does not change. So what you need to do is you need to click here and you need to change this to D. When you change that, let's go ahead and delete these now. And if we choose the correct one now, you'll notice that it'll start populating. Okay. Let's actually change this as well. Supply and demand. So what you guys can do, you can come in here and you can actually change any one of these strategies to whatever strategy you choose. Okay, but just make sure when you change that strategy, for example, if we changed accumulation, you need to come up here and you need to change this according to what you have within your particular strategy type. Okay, next, entry time frame. If I chose to enter on the 5 minute, things like that, you know, I can add that as well. My results. Now here's a really cool feature here. Let's just say I took a trade on a Monday and let's say I lost that trade. Okay, what it'll do, it'll tell me, you know, right now, oh, I'm sorry. Let's say I lost that trade. It'll tell me right now, you know, I have one loss. My win rate is 0%. But let's just say the next 2 trades I won. Okay, now it'll show me, okay, your win rate is about 66.7%. Let's say I took a trade, but I broke even. Now it'll let me know I'm about 50% win rate. So it'll calculate your win rate according to your strategy, which is actually pretty cool. Here, if you're taking, you know, 1 to 2 risk reward in this area here, you'll place yes. Yes, it'll calculate. Yeah, I hit a 1 to 2. Over in this area here, yes, I hit a 1 to 3. I hit a 1 to 5 through a 1 to 10. Whichever one you choose, it'll populate that for you as well. And another thing that I think is very important. Let's say, for example, in this particular trade, we did bar replay. Let's bring it back to here. And let's just say we did not have this area here. What we can do is come here, click on the camera, copy link, come back to this sheet here, and we can paste it right here. That's your before, okay? And then what you can do, if you ever wanted to refer to this, you can click on this and it'll show you that point in time before you took the trade. So now if we go back to Tradingview and let's just say, let's just say we placed on our tool here, and let's just say we played price out or whatever until it got to that zone where we actually won. Okay, let's say we won this trade here right there. I know it didn't go all the way up there, but we're just doing an example. You can copy this link here, come back, paste it in this area here. Now you have a before and after shot. So if you come here, you can say, okay, I won this trade, and you can look and see exactly how it played out and things like that, which is actually pretty cool. And then of course you can put notes and say, I took a supply and demand strategy, strategy. It played out by doing, you know, XYZ. I waited for a 15-minute BOS before I took the trade. You know, you can put anything that you want in this particular area, but it'll help you document your different trades and how you can you know, pretty much practice on your strategy. Because just like a basketball player or anyone else, once you practice those different strategies, it's like muscle memory, especially in the market. You'll constantly see those patterns and it'll help you become successful. It'll help you become successful and ultimately become a profitable trader.
First we strategize, then we capitalize on what we see. Wanna go to Pittville? Come join the Pip Academy and learn the Pip drill. Let's take the trip to Pittville.